Credit Union of America is grateful for the service of Frank Crawford Jr., who served on our credit committee for over 40 years. His dedication to elevating African American professionals in our community is invaluable. Here is his story.
Within the halls of Wichita Public Schools, Frank Crawford embarked on the profound mission, reshaping the landscape for African American students and educators. Frank Crawford, an educator himself from teacher to administrator and longtime volunteer of Credit Union of America, was known for his mild demeanor and focused determination. He championed the cause of elevating African American professionals, understanding the power of representation in education. A pivotal figure in this story is Principal Leroy Parks, the first graduate of Frank's Grow Your Own Educators program, whose academic excellence at Friends University captured Crawford's attention and led to a journey of educational leadership.
It was important that minority students in particular saw someone that was successful in the community in a different aspect or in a different light other than sports and entertainment. As Frank instilled in me and talked to me about being an African-American man second, and a man of my morals and convictions first, because people know who or what I look like the moment I entered the room. And so what Frank would say to me is then, what are you about?
Denise Davis was recruited by Crawford. Her path from Southern University to Wichita Public Schools is a testament to his commitment to diversifying education.
Back in 1988, I was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, single mom, 3 kids, had finished my teacher education program from HBCU, Southern University. Frank Crawford was a recruiter for USD 259. He explained to me that he needed Black representation in the schools, that the children needed to see people of color in professional positions. He sent me an airline ticket, which I've talked to several people and they say that never happened, so I can only assume that he paid for that out of his own pocket. He introduced me to his wife and his family. He put me up in a hotel, and then I went back home to Baton Rouge to get my kids. The car that I had at the time would not have made the trip. I was forced to get another vehicle, putting me in debt. Remember, I had no job. I was just getting out of teacher education. And Frank Crawford, the first thing he did was take me to the credit union. I thought that was strange, but they immediately saw my contract and gave me a signature loan. I hadn't even had a check yet. And I want to thank Mr. Crawford for coming to Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and taking an interest in this Black female.
I really admired Mr. Crawford because he spent a lot of time going around to the different colleges across the country, recruiting people of color to come back to the school district to teach. And then eventually he began to show us and tell us that we needed to move into leadership positions in the district, encouraging us and setting us up with opportunities to meet with universities, to enroll in classes that would help us to become building administrators within the school district. I contribute my being here and me being able to obtain the position as the first woman of color, the first person of color to serve as the superintendent of the Wichita Public Schools, and it was Frank Crawford who recruited me to Wichita Public Schools.
Frank's compassion transcended professional boundaries, known for providing not just educational guidance, but also meals and shelter to those in need.
To celebrate Frank Crawford's lasting impact, we now turn to Dr. Bobby Berry from Wichita State University for a special announcement.
With great pride, Credit Union of America and Wichita State University College of Applied Studies announced the Frank Crawford Jr. Scholarship, aiding future educators of color in their journey, a fitting tribute to a man who changed countless lives.
Frank Crawford's legacy is woven into the fabric of education, not just through the educators that he mentored, but through his vision of a diverse and inclusive educational world.